What's up, y'all? It's your boy RT A to the S. Yes, Rod's here to proceed with Cost Blog. Damn, I'm here to talk about my thoughts, my opinion on Shad's Flying Colors album. Stuff I like, stuff I did not like, etc., etc., etc. Okay, first of all, lyrically, it's Shad, man. You're gonna be listening to this lyrically over and over again, and you'll be catching new things, wordplay wise, figuring out certain why did he say certain things, and then it clicks together. So that same cleverness technique is still there. Slick rhyme still there. Um, Songs like Long Joint, Long John, whatever. Feels like a freestyle session, man. Like he just got on a mic, just started freestyling, just really displaying the skills. Um, just 7 minutes of just dopeness. Cadence on songs like Lost and Long John, the way he's just speeds it up and just it's just flawless, man. Um, the hidden spiritual meanings, biblical meanings, he still does that in his rhymes. Again, you have to listen for it. Um, and most of all, he's not afraid to talk about race and justice and equality and things of that sort. What a lot of rappers today are not going to talk about. So he's still that conscious rapper, with the Christian background. That's still there. Sonically, I would say is more quote unquote musical, more instruments used, sort of like more like his old Prince album than T.S.O.L. Though that was what I'm gonna get into next. Of course, that was more of a soulful boom bap album. This is not. But you have violins, guitars, and horns, which I'm not against. But, for a lot of songs, it just doesn't work for me. At times it does. But in my opinion, I just think he just overdid it with the instruments. It just felt at times like overly dramatic. I'm not going to go as far as say soap opera, but the bottom line, it lacks soul, And his previous, the two albums I heard from him, the old Prince and T.S.O.L, they were soulful, and this album just really lacked soul, man. I'm not gonna go as far as to say he pulled a Lupe. He didn't pull a Lupe, but at the same time, he's on in my opinion, a road that could lead to that. You know what I'm saying? Little pop music here, little there. Next thing you know, they turn out like Lupe. So I mean, that it's a concern there with the direction he went with on this album musically. And there's nothing wrong with changing up musically. You look at somebody like Kendrick Lamar, he changed up musically, but I think it worked for him. For me, on this album, it works at times, but at times it just feels like a Lupe, what Lupe did, though he's not going to that extreme. Now, like I said, sometimes it works. Like Fam Jam, I think that's dope. You got like a boom bap beat mixed with, banjos, and I don't know why, but the bass line reminds me of that Oprah Winfrey Show theme song. The bass line, for some reason, reminds me of that. Like it's happy, but at the same time, it's kind of hard. So I like that. I don't have a problem with experiment and stuff like that. But like I said, it's just not as soulful to me. But then you got something like Remember, where he just went totally pop. And it's like, man, come on, not you too, and he just went pop on that song. Singer, she's not that good to me either. But like I said, some of these songs, like He Say, She Say, Dreams, Grace, it just lacks that soul, that darkness, and he's talking about like dark subject matters, but the production doesn't match what he's talking about. Whereas in previous albums, you know what I'm saying, the boom bap will match that darkness. Um, progress. I think it's dope, production wise, but I don't get why he starts off with typical type of drums that you would hear on a Drake album. Like, how can you be talking about the death of music unless he's being satirical, but then start off with commercial Drake sounding type of drums? It's like I didn't get that. But again, I think the progression on in the production of the song is dope. You know what I'm saying? From the rock and all the different things he does, the live drums. But I didn't get the beginning. Um, Now there is one part of the album that I had a problem with, and my hope is I'm misinterpreting it. I'm not interpreting it correctly. And if I am misinterpreting it, please correct me, because if I'm interpreting it right, it's disturbing. But on the song "Love Means," which Eternia, I've heard her before. I saw her. I think it was like the top. I looked on YouTube one time, like top 10 female MCs, and I heard. I thought she was dope, but she's really dope on here. I didn't know she was a Christian either. But Eternia kills it. But there's one line on here with Shad, and again, I hope I'm wrong, but he says, "I hope we'll see it." And he's talking about love. He says, "I hope we'll see it as gay, straight, and colorless." And the problem is, you know what I'm saying, he's claiming to be a Christian, but from this line right here, he's talking like he wants love to be seen as something as gay, straight, colorless, basically equating all these things as some type of injustice. And that's not a Christian perspective. That's not a biblical perspective at all. I mean, that's a liberal Christian perspective, but that's not Christianity. And so I'm hoping I'm misinterpreting. You know what I'm saying? Write in the comment section if y'all interpret it a different way. But the way it sounded to me, it sounded like he wants gay love to be seen as love, you know, and that's not biblical. But overall, man, I'm feeling it, you know, lyrically, like it's the same old Shad. Production wise, it's hit or miss to me. Think he's on a dangerous road with some of the commercial stuff and lacking the soul and leaving, you know what I'm saying, even what he did with Scratch B this year with that, but leaving some of that soulfulness. And like I said, some of the lyrics, particularly this lyric, I hope I'm wrong, but if I'm not, man, this is sad that he has this view that's not biblical. So that's my thoughts. Love to hear yours. Proceed with caution, blog. Hope it sets them out. Triples.